Hello and welcome back to the garage. Today we're back with the 1984 F250. We're going to be working on replacing the passenger side rocker panel. Let's take a look at kind of what we got here, what we're going to be using, kind of what my tentative plan is. If you've never watched me before, plans may change without warning because that's just kind of how things go. Also, if this is kind of all over the place, I'm kind of shooting two videos at once because I have two different areas that I'm covering. I know with the big timers, they do everything at once, but I don't have time to do that. So yeah, enough talking. Let's get to that. All right. So if you've never seen this replacement piece, this is exactly what it sounds like. I know the first time I ever got this, I thought this is the complete wrong part, but what it is this. Now what this piece does is it goes the entire way under, up basically to the tire, hooks up to the fender. There's another bolt hole up there. That's what that's for. My current plan is we're going to cut this thing down. I do want to keep where the seat belt goes on. I do want to cut out where the seat belt is all the way back to where this thing's pretty bad to right about here. So I think I'm probably going to go to about here. And pretty much just cut that thing the same, get it in its place. It's going to be as simple as cut it out. Hardest part, well, none of it's easy. Hardest part will be getting this seat belt bolt undone and then putting a new one in, which it'll probably end up just getting cut out, cut the bolt, deal with the rest later. So you can already tell that's already splitting and ripping because I was able to yank that out. Like if I pulled on that much more, it's coming all the way off. But, might not think this really needs done, but my main reasoning is for safety because of the seat belts. That is where I kind of think this truck isn't safe. I mean, yeah, the cab, it kind of flexes and it moves with the truck whenever you are on a side hill. You can't shut this door. That's all not good. It's terrible on it, actually. But my biggest thing is safety. If I have my wife, child, somebody with me, once she gets older, obviously, can't ride in the front seat now. Actually, you can't even put a car seat in the back of one of these, so that kind of sucks. But, yeah, if we were to get into a wreck, I don't have faith in this seatbelt currently. So, kind of a big safety concern. If it was a driver's side, which it's better, but not much. I really wouldn't be as concerned, assuming I'm the one driving it, but other people may or may not drive this truck. So for that reason, if no other, that side also needs fixed. That side's already been cut out and everything, but I'm not doing the whole rocker on that one. That one's for some reason in better shape. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting. We'll show what it looks like once everything's out. Safety squints were engaged. So here's ultimately what we have. This piece is all cut out, all the way back through there. Now, when I get this piece up, you'll see it once I get it tacked into place. Holding that recording, it doesn't really work that well when you're a one-man band here. My plan is to clean up this edge, clean up the edge on the other piece too, tack everything in on this end, and then we'll see if we can find anything good back there to weld to. I'm doubtful. However, then I do have to build this piece a little bit, because as you see, if this only comes up to here, I cut it all the way up here. This was all pretty rotten anyways, so I definitely did not hurt anything by doing that. So I'm going to go ahead, we'll get that tacked in, I'll show what it looks like, and also to put my seatbelt part to point. This is what was holding that seatbelt in. Still got to chop all that off, but we'll get done in due time. Right now, I'd rather get a little bit of this in first, because it's my last cutting blade, so I'm not doing a whole lot more cutting, so I'd like to get as much done as I can tonight, so tomorrow there's less to do. So this is what we got going on so far. Let me tell you one thing. If you have a friend, call them. It is, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night on a Monday. So I can't really phone a friend to come help me at this moment. I mean, there may be a couple, but I don't need to bother them. I'm that friend who doesn't want to bother anybody. But what I've done is I've gotten jack stands to hold everything up where I believe it should be. Kind of wish I still had the other side to look at, but to be honest, if you see that rust, there wasn't much of that side to run this off of. So I'm kind of putting her smack dab in the middle, because all that's really on here, in my opinion, is there's that drain hole back there, and then there's a seat belt hole right here. As long as I can get to those two things, I don't really see why the rest of it matters, except for right here. Now the downside is this does have a slightly different shape, so my plan is to, I have a big gap here, probably because I didn't cut that straight, but that's fine. Is to just kind of get it welded in here, and then once I kind of get to this area, I'll probably just have to bend this guy down a little, and then probably open up this bottom, just tweak it just a little. So, with that all being said, let's get to welding. You guys get the gist. I'm just going to keep welding. You don't need to watch this the whole time. Alright, so I got that all welded in. Like I said, once I got done here, I kind of bent it around. Got to the bottom, bent it around like I needed to. Don't judge how terrible all this looks. All I have is a flux core welder. What I'll do is I'll get the grinder and I'll end up smoothing all that out. Then once you get the piece for the weather stripping in, you really shouldn't notice it. But yeah, I mean, obviously if you were going to complete all this right now, then you'd have to finish up your inner floor pan, which I'm going to do, but that'll be in a different video. But overall, seeing where all the bolts are at, where the plug's at, I'm pretty happy with it. Seems like it lines up pretty good in the back. My hair's wild right now because I had the welding helmet on. But my hair needs to move. But I think that's going to be it for this one. If you want to keep seeing me do this, definitely just keep watching the next video. Subscribe, you know. Video before this should have been me putting the floor pans in. And then I'm going to obviously send this one out. The next one should be the outer floor pans. Also, if anybody's wondering where any of this stuff came from, I've been buying all these floor pans and everything from LMC. I've been pretty happy with the way they've been going in. There's been a few things I haven't been crazy about. But one thing I was told is no matter who you buy them from, they're all going to be a little bit different. So finding one that's a perfect exact match is a very difficult thing. That's also part of the reason why I've only been cutting out and using what I've needed. Such as right here, you know, I could have cut all of this out, replaced everything up there. I still have to deal with that hole after the fact. And as you can tell, I didn't really like the way it lined up on that floor pan there. And I got to go back through and finish that. But there's one thing, though, that you might have to deal with when you buy these, no matter who you're buying them from. All of them are a little bit different. They say it's very difficult to find one that's perfectly OEM. Because, I mean, a lot of these are probably all made in the same plant overseas and then sent to us with a different name on them. I think this one, actually, one of these pieces I bought, I don't think it was this. It wasn't something I bought from LMC. It had a tag over a tag over a tag. So it had changed hands multiple times before I finally bought it from the company I bought it from. But I'm going to go ahead and end that there. So thanks for watching. Till the next one.